Okay, let's just jump right into the geopolitical reality we're facing right now, in 2026. Imagine you're sitting at your desk, you ask an AI a super fundamental question about your country's history or a critical current event, and it spits back a narrative that was entirely manufactured by a foreign adversary. Welcome to CyberTips Explainer. Today, we're unpacking what analysts are calling the foundry era of industrial intelligence. Look, this is a monumental shift. Artificial intelligence, it's no longer just a cool software tool. It's literally becoming the very foundation of national power. We are at the dawn of the global AI truth wars, and we're going to examine exactly why countries are suddenly racing to build these massive, localized intelligence factories.
Because what actually happens when the machine deciding your truth is poisoned? As we've explored before on CyberTips Explainer, the threat of AI poisoning is definitely no longer theoretical. We've seen how state actors target the web crawlers that feed these massive AI systems. They're not just writing fake articles for humans to read anymore. They are intentionally injecting their preferred narratives directly into the training pipelines of the world's leading AI models.
So just to be super clear on what we mean here, AI poisoning happens when even trace amounts of faulty or manipulated data intentionally alter the knowledge and outputs of these huge models. When those data sets get manipulated, the truth that the AI presents is fundamentally altered. And because of the natural lag in AI training data, those massive propaganda campaigns from the 2024 elections, they are just now fully manifesting in 2026. You can't easily audit what's hidden inside a deployed black box AI. Relying on foreign-built AI systems is now a massive national security vulnerability.
To combat this, nations are radically shifting their strategies. Actually, scratch that. They are completely abandoning globalized tech stacks altogether. The 2026 solution is sovereign intelligence factories. These aren't your typical data centers just storing emails and photos. No, these are highly specialized, high-density compute plants designed to continuously manufacture a nation's own cognitive capital, with rigorous safety gates built right into the production loop.
Let's move to part 1, the Silicon Valley monopoly, and why it's such a massive risk.
Think about it like this. Relying on a global black box AI means trusting a system where you simply cannot audit for hidden sleeper agents or biased coding. It requires blind faith. But on the flip side, a sovereign intelligence factory gives a country absolute domestic control over its data and algorithms. It ensures that sensitive stuff, everything from local healthcare records to highly classified military intel, never crosses a border. Geopolitical analysts call the alternative becoming a digital vassal, and countries are doing everything they can to avoid that.
The urgency of this really hits you when you look at the raw numbers. Right now, the US and China control over 90% of the world's AI data center capacity. 90%! That leaves the rest of the world fighting over less than 10%. This intense concentration forces dependent nations to navigate some highly politicized ecosystems. On one side, you have Western models heavily shaped by strict safety norms and export controls. On the other side, you've got China's models, like DeepSeek, which are governed by state-mandated censorship and strict ideological alignment. If you're a country caught in the middle of this superpower tug of war, that dependency is a huge structural vulnerability.
Have you subscribed to CyberTips Explainer yet? Subscribe now. Like and share this explainer with someone you deeply care about to have a foolproof cyber defense. Now, back to the explainer.
All right, moving right along to part 2, the cultural filter.
So we get the security risks, right? But what's absolutely fascinating is that the push for sovereign AI isn't just about silicon and hardware. AI is not just code, it's culture. Global models tend to flatten local history and weaken regional language nuances. It's a one-size-fits-all approach. But nations are fighting back. They're building models that natively understand their own linguistic and societal nuances, rather than just bolting a cheap translation app onto an English-speaking AI.
We're seeing this play out globally right now. Take India, for example. Their Parathjan initiative is actively preserving 22 distinct languages and mapping local spatial intelligence. Or look at the UAS. They've developed the Falcon models to natively understand Arabic context and align with Gulf cultural and religious values. And over in Europe, France is aggressively leveraging Mistral, making sure their algorithms champion French history and linguistic specificities. They're building AIs that are essentially native citizens of their own countries.
The UAE's Minister of Economy really hit the nail on the head here. He said AI is a state of sovereignty. Like you spend budgets on defense, on cyber, you have to spend budget on AI. Make no mistake about it, AI is now viewed on the exact same level of critical necessity as a military defense budget.
But all this brings us to part 3, hardware and energy brutality. Because building this sovereign digital defense requires a physical toll that is almost unimaginable. To give you an idea of the scale, look at Reliance Industries in India. They're constructing a single 1 gigawatt data center right now. The estimated cost? $30 billion. $30 billion, just to secure baseline domestic compute capacity.
And globally, securing these gigascale intelligence factories requires a staggering 122 gigawatts of grid stability and renewable power. To put that into perspective for a second, that's roughly equivalent to the maximum power output of over 100 large-scale nuclear power plants running at full capacity. It's mind-blowing.
These factories operate on what's known as the 5-layer cake. At the base, you absolutely need massive, stable energy bedrock. Layer 2 is the chips and compute hardware. Layer 3 is the physical infrastructure, which now literally requires intense liquid cooling just to prevent the racks from melting down. Layer 4 is the reasoning engines. We're talking autonomous agents here, not just simple chatbots. And finally, Layer 5, the vertical applications trained on highly specific local data. If a nation fails at even one of these layers, the whole system collapses.
Which brings up a really sticky complication, Jevons paradox. You'd think that as GPUs get better and AI becomes more efficient, we'd use less power, right? Well, much like building wider highways just attracts way more traffic, making AI more efficient only skyrockets the brutal energy demands. Total consumption just explodes. It's putting totally unprecedented pressure on national power grids all over the world.
Because of this, nations without natural structural energy advantages are facing severe bottlenecks. Countries with abundant, reliable power, like France with its massive nuclear base, or the UAE with its vast solar potential, they have a huge strategic advantage. If you don't have cheap, stable power, you're rapidly falling behind, no matter how many advanced chips you can afford to buy.
So, where does this all lead us? Part 4, the Fragmented Truth Cloud.
Taking all this into account, the poison data, the drive for cultural preservation, the insane energy realities, we are moving rapidly away from the idea of a single, open, global internet. We're entering the era of fragmented truth clouds. This is a fractured ecosystem where the AI you use, the cultural context it understands, and the truths it generates will be strictly dictated by the borders you live within.
Ultimately, as these intelligence factories become the new geopolitical bedrock, national sovereignty isn't just about protecting physical borders anymore. It is about fiercely controlling the digital brain that holds a nation's collective knowledge. So here's the question I want to leave you with today. In a world divided into fragmented truth clouds, whose factory is manufacturing your reality?